Welcome back to the channel, and today I've got a crazy aerial stunt in mind. My goal for this video is to build a plane that is capable of, well, me piloting it, first of all, but I'm going to jump out of the plane mid-air, and then the plane will do an automatic unmanned aerial loop swooping back around to pick me up so I can pilot safely along my way. So this trick involves a couple of key steps. Flying the plane up to a designated altitude, something that's going to allow me to do this trick in the first place, jumping out of the plane, and then the plane has to loop back around to pick me up in a vertical loop. Not like a sideways turn or anything like that, but a vertical loop. And then I have to hop back in once it actually gets back to me, if that is even going to happen. This is going to be a lot of, there's going to be a lot of trial and error for this. It's probably going to be a lot of rage-inducing failures, but Maybe I'll get it first try. You never know. So first step is building the plane. I'm just gonna build a plane from scratch. Now, one of the unique things about this plane is I'm going to have to try to program it to do a loop without me in the pilot seat. So I'm thinking there's gonna be like a toggle button or something that I'm gonna press right before I jump out that's gonna set it into the loop function. It doesn't sound too hard in concept, but it might be one of those things that has some unforeseen issues. All right, I got my first prototype plane here. Just want to see if it flies. Okay, so far it's not so bad. It does nose down naturally though. Just a little bit. It's not actually too bad. Oh boy. And see, that's not gonna be that good either. All right, so, can it do a loop? How about that? So let's see. All right, so there we go. That wasn't too bad. I wanted to do a much wider loop, though. I wanted to, because it's going to have to, I don't know. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Like, is it going to loop back around to where I am, or is it going to perform the loop in front of me? You know what I mean? This is going to be really interesting to try out. And you know, I have mini thrusters on here, but I actually might want to put a set of dragon thrusters on here just so I can have the jet trails, because that'll help me actually keep track of where the jet is a little bit easier, I think, and we can see that nice loop. So I did move the wings up a little bit, so now you can see it does not nose down anymore. It noses up, which I think is actually slightly preferable, considering we need this thing to be nosing up when we're not in it. But now let's see how a loop feels. Oh boy. Okay, that's not ideal. I mean, it does do a loop, but it does that, it catches the wind a lot. Yeah, like that. Like, I don't want it to go so fast because it's just gonna loop in front of me, like in place. All right, so I need to put some logic on this thing because now I need to make it do an automatic loop. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep the settings I have for my normal controls, but then the logic setting is going to output a dampened signal to the tail, causing it to just slightly loop rather than doing that really, really intense, aggressive loop. All right, so the output, let me see if this actually is gonna work. I'm gonna have the output be 30%, and then on this one, it has to be negative 30% since they're mirrored. And I guess I'll just set the button to number 1. And then they also need to be on toggle because I want this to stay on when I'm not in the seat. So if I press number 1, that looks good. So there's my normal range. And then when I press number 1, you can see it gives it just a more subtle range. So that should have a nice wide loop. So now let's see if that actually performs a loop. I'll stay in the pilot seat for now. All right, so we're flying. And then let's say I press the button. Oh, I need to set the thrust to toggle as well, because I just realized it's not going to keep going. I could actually just set the toggle, the logic to all the thrust as well. So now when I press number 1, there you go. You can see it also turns on all the... Wait, why is the why are we not going? This is so strange. You see all the thrust is on right now, right? So that's the toggle from the logic gate. Now watch when I turn the logic gate off, and then I press space. It's the same amount of thrust. Oh, it makes a lot of sense now. I don't know why I didn't think about this, but the logic gate is outputting 30%. I guess that applies to the thrust too. I forgot you could set thrust levels. So I hope that's not going to change or impact the performance of this too much. But here we go. Ready, number 1. That looks like a perfect loop. Like that was an uncontrolled. So number 1, like I was not controlling anything. Look at that. That looks good. So now the question is going to be, is that going to come back to where I jump out? And also, can I jump out without destroying this thing? All right, you know what? We're just going to do it right now. This is going to be our first attempt. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. There it is. There it is. There it goes. There it goes. I think I made a mistake. My mistake was I let myself fall. I was so distracted by the plane taking off in front of me that I forgot to actually let myself hover in air and keep myself there with my tool. By the way, now that this thing is kind of awesome, I want to paint this up. That's an interesting paint job, isn't it? I don't know what it means, but that's what I'm going with. All right, attempt number 2. Now that I've added the paint job, should go much better. Trying to just line myself up here. All right, gotta make sure my plane's nice and straight so it loops around to where I am. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, now I'm gonna stay right here. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, I think I saw the button too. I think I actually saw the button to get in the seat. I just pressed it too early. This might actually be not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was gonna be a pretty difficult task to have an unmanned plane loop around and pick me up mid-air. Like, it sounds like a ridiculous stunt, but maybe I just built a plane that's not too bad for it. 3, 2, gotta be straight. 3, 2, 1, and launch. Oh, no, wait, I forgot to jump out. And launch. There it goes. All right, I'm right in the path of where its exhaust was. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. No! I'm in! But I broke the plane by jumping in? That was it. I cannot believe how perfect the first programming edition. Like, I didn't have to adjust the programming at all. Like, everything is just like good. If I can just do that again, but not have the plane snap in half, like, I get this in the bag. 3, 2, 1. There we go. See, that's why the smoke trail is really useful. You can see exactly where the plane took off from, and dang it, I missed again. I probably could like try to fly over to it in its second loop, but I'm not gonna feel satisfied. I need it to be one loop and a re-entry. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's sideways. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, see, that's why you really gotta have it be nice and straight. But man, that's such a perfect loop. I can't believe how good this is. I keep saying how amazing this is, but I haven't actually done it successfully yet. Watch it somehow still take like another hour for some reason. There it goes. I got too low. See, the tough thing about being so high up in the air is I don't have much of a visual reference. You know what? Let me go over land. I just don't have much of a visual reference on whether I'm hovering myself or if I'm losing altitude or gaining altitude when it comes to keeping myself up in the air with my, I don't even know what that tool is. The repair tool. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it went sideways. Definitely went sideways. Wait, still might work. Still might work. Still might work. Still might work. Dang it. That time I was too high. Hold on. I want to try something here. I want to see what this loop is really like. If I start the loop in this hoop of fire, where does it end up going in relation to its starting point? Huh. That is not what I was expecting. Oh, and it crashed. That went way more forward than I thought it was going to. Here, let me try this one. Ready? Oh, no. Like, I didn't expect the loop to go exactly back where it starts, but that seemed way more off the path than I was expecting. Okay, now I'm just being stupid with it. Where are you gonna go from there? See, I expected it to come back and be a little bit lower and a little bit farther forward from its starting point, but, I don't know, that test was just way more movement than I was thinking there was going to be. Let me try to level off here. That looks good. All right. See, that time I didn't have enough starting speed, I don't think. Yeah, that's way too slow. All right, I like this idea though. I mean, I'm pretty much doing the loop regardless, but the idea of starting it from a hoop of fire is kind of epic. It would be more epic if it would go through the same hoop of fire, but doing that type of loop where it goes exactly the same place that it started, that would be a much more of a nightmare. All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to jump out. Whoa. Oh, that was kind of close. Did I just come up with an idea to increase the difficulty of this way more? All right, you know what? Here's the plan. I'm going to try to go through the hoop of fire and have it loop back through the hoop of fire, picking me up inside the hoop of fire. If that happens, it's amazing. But if I get in the plane after a loop and am able to pilot away, even if it didn't go through the hoop of fire, that is going to be the success. So however a success happens, it's going to happen. But I'm going to try to do it, including the hoop of fire. It just gives me a little bit more difficult of a starting setup here, because I got to pilot myself well enough at the beginning for the start point. Oh, sideways. Here it comes. No, that one wasn't that good. But see, it looks like it's almost ready to go back in. I think I need to pitch up before I start the loop. I think I need to jump out already at a slight start to the loop. Okay, here we go. Oh, where are you? There you are. There you are. Oh, it just went a little bit too low. That was a good alignment though. Man, this is crazy. I think I pitched up too much that time. I think there's gonna be a nice middle ground to that. Okay, here's the start. Oh, dang it. Okay, and jumping out. I don't know how I feel about that one. Here it comes. It's too high. But you know what? I just did the initial task was just a success. I jumped back in. My repair tool is glitched out. You can see the sparks of it trailing on me for some reason. But this plane just did a loop and picked me back up. An unmanned loop, and I re-entered into the cockpit without damaging it this time. So now I'm gonna try it again in the same run. There we go. That is a very sideways loop, but let's see where it ends up. Oh, I could have got that. That was actually pretty close to the hoop of fire too. Man, this is like, I just succeeded, but because I have this like grand idea of it returning through the hoop of fire that I don't even know if it's really reasonably like possible, I kind of want to do that at least I just want to see if it can get close. All right, let's see what this one does. I think it's gonna hit the bridge. Yeah, see, it did hit the bridge. Oh! I almost missed out on like a success there. That hit the hoop of fire. What did I do? What did I do differently that time? I just gotta be ready for this. If that can go through the hoop of fire twice, this is gonna be amazing. I don't know what's happening now. There's no way that's gonna be a success, is it? No, it's gonna loop before the hoop of fire. Dang. All right, there it goes. Where are you? No! No, I didn't see it in time. It went back through the hoop of fire. Oh, I could have done it. Why? I thought I was gonna see it sooner. It like looped right in from the top instead of like coming in from farther away. So I just didn't have time to react. I am so disappointed in that. That would have been it. All right, well, now I know it's possible. So let's do this. We've leveled up the difficulty of this. All right, here it goes. All right, I'm watching it. No, it's not gonna make it around this time, dang. There's so much variability. Like the slightest little differences in your starting point of the loop is going to dramatically change the end point of your loop, which makes this really hard to do. Ah, see, that was terrible. That was so bad. All right, there it is. It's going over. Here it comes. And it went too low, and I even managed to get back in it again, man. Okay, there it goes. It's coming back. Nope, it hit the hoop. It hit it, okay? I just didn't press the button to initiate the loop, so it's just going. I felt like that was a good starting point too. All right. Oh, I don't know about this one. I do not know about this one. Here it comes. Oh, man, too much. So I feel like the more level I start my loop, the higher my loop ends than the starting point, and the more I tilt up before I start the loop, then the lower the loop ends. So I need to find the perfect angle so it comes back to the same heights to get through that hoop of fire. All right, there we go. Did I not press that? I didn't press the button. Wait, why isn't the button working anymore? Am I missing it? Wait, what? My button Somehow my button stops working. Like when I press the button, you can see only one fin goes up and my thrusters no longer turn on. How did this get disconnected from everything? That is really weird. I don't know what happened or when that happened, but things just got disconnected. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where are you? There you are. Oh, that was close. I need to angle up a little bit more. Wait, why isn't it working again? All right, you know what? I'm gonna change the button now. E is gonna be much more accessible than 1. Maybe I'm just like missing it sometimes. Okay, here we go. Through the hoop of fire. No! So close. Okay, there we go. Oh, that looks like a good one. That looks like a good one, maybe. Oh! I think that just, look at that. Yes! I think that just worked. I'm like 99% sure it actually went through the hoop of fire. The perspective was a little bit hard with the perspective, but I think that totally worked. All right, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna come back for a landing. We gotta land this thing, claim our victory by having a nice survivable landing on the aircraft carrier. I've never actually tried to land this plane yet. I don't even have any landing gear, but this is looking pretty good. Yes! All right, that is a successful stunt in my book. Going through the hoop of fire, jumping out of the plane in the hoop of fire, having the plane loop back around and return to pick me up in the hoop of fire, I believe is what just happened. So that was kind of a crazy stunt, and gotta be honest, it didn't take nearly as long as I expected it to take. So if you guys have any other ideas for crazy stunts you'd like to see in Trailmakers, let me know down below. I've done some other crazy stunts as well, like having a plane that has a mini plane that separates and then redocks. That was more of a nightmare than this was actually. But yeah, I'll put a link to that on the end screen. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely go and check out that video right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.